if they don't make a rule saying that what happened can't happen again, which I think there will. I think they will do that because what happens with rich people or the elite is you start playing by their game, they change the rules. We've seen it. We've seen it with like the whole presence of like trickle down economics or trickle down wealth. We've heard that for what almost 50 years now, and it hasn't nothing's trickled down. So I mean,
It's because they know what they're doing. They'd rather
exactly.
have people stupid and, they've got this planned on the back end. I mean, really the 1% of the 1% wealthiest people,
Hmm.
their stock portfolios look completely different than what we have. They play by a completely different game. And
Oh
this
yeah.
whole day trade timing the market thing, I've made a lot of money at it before, but here's the problem is they spent, this was back in God, I think this was the early 2000s, but they spent a fortune putting these fiber optic cables in from like Chicago to New York, um, just so that they could make faster trades. Like they've put mass amounts of money into guaranteeing that they're going to beat the little guy.
Yeah, that sorry, when I get worked up, I stumble on my words. We all laugh and made fun of Alex Jones 10 years ago, right?
You're a hatchet man of the New World Order. Okay. You're a hatchet man.
It's
Yeah.
turning the frogs gay. The frogs.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Serious crap.
I have this segment with Jordan, and I think it pisses him off so much. Where I'll just randomly do an Alex Jones impression for no good reason at all, and then he'll get mad, and then he'll just walk away, and it's great. But
Awesome.
don't get me wrong, the dude says some outlandish things that probably aren't true. But he told us about the elite. He told us 10 years ago about Epstein's Island. Like I don't know where he's finding this out or what. Maybe a broken clock's right twice a day, but he says stuff like, we exchanged baby blood for virtual reality technology. But then you're like, okay, dude, come on.
That was really good.
Thank you. I've been practicing. But then
Do
he'll
the
say
frog one.
I'm getting sick of it. They're putting chemicals in the water, turn the freaking frogs gay.
Now, what was that grove that he penetrated in California that where they had that big owl statue
Yeah, the
thing?
big owl statue, and he claimed that the Clintons and all that were part of it, and that they were sacrificed. Well, it was either
Everybody called him crazy until he got in with the camera.
Yeah.
He got past the freaking Secret Service doing that.
He got past all that. But you know what happened shortly after he did that? He got deplatformed off every social media. Like he can't have Twitter, he can't have YouTube, he can't have anything. He has his website that he does stuff for, like he does videos and content and stuff like that. But he's not allowed. After he did that, he's not allowed that. But he was telling us, like you said, he told us years ago about the grove, about what the elite do when they get bored and have a lot of money.
Bohemian, that's the name of it. Bohemian.
Yeah, Bohemian. That's it. Giant owl statue, and they Ugh, I shudder.
Yeah, I remember he had the 9/11 documentaries, and there were a lot of things that he brought out years ago that he predicted would happen. I think I used to listen to him every day, and I like the guy, honestly. I think he's a good guy. I've seen him on Rogan several times. I know they're friends. And but I kind of fell off from watching him when he took the stance he did on Sandy Hook. And trust me, with some of those shootings, there's a lot of fishy shit that happens.
There is, yeah.
So I'm very skeptical on some of this. Like, I think there are false flags and so forth, but I think he got a little carried away with it.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
It's okay to believe what he believed, and he brought out good points, but it was when he went door to door to the families, that's where it's like, oh, you're pushing it. That's not cool, man. And that's the thing. Like, I'm not saying just him. There are other people too, but like a lot of this fishy stuff you see going on, and I circle us back to Wall Street, is that all these people, the media, the elite, the politicians, they're at a point right now they feel like they could do whatever they want. And for the most part, for the past 50 to 100 years, they have been. Well, now we have the power of the internet. We have a power of people who are fed up. You're seeing more. This has been the most divided I think our country has been in years. I mean, if you look back to 9/11, everyone is united. Everyone treated each other super nice. Like, granted, there were some racial tensions, but not towards whites or blacks or Asian. It was mostly towards the people of Middle Eastern descent. And that's not cool. But I mean, it's not like now where whether there is or isn't racial tensions, you're getting force fed every day. Like, oh, such and such, a black man shot a white man shot black man. Like, that's, if you notice every news story, there's two pieces of information that are always shown: gender and race. Those are always, no matter what news headline you read, those are the first things you'll catch.
Like adding fuel to the fire here to really ramp it up?
Oh, absolutely, I do. Absolutely. I don't think there's a question about it. I don't think anybody anywhere can point and tell me that, oh, this news site is just reporting the facts as they are. No. I think they'll take a story and then their suit, I call them suits, the suits that's running the show is like, hey, this story come out, we're going to spin it a little bit, all right? We're going to make it entertaining, or we're going to make it controversial, because controversial means clicks nowadays on the internet. So I think that's what's going on. I think the media, don't get me wrong, there are bad things that happen. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying bad things didn't happen. I'm saying that the media will take things and make it worse than what it is.
I agree. I was interviewing Savvy Schmidt. She has her.
Love that episode.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, she's getting ready to expand several more towers. She purchases time on different towers, and she's expanding her network. But has friends in the industry, which she obviously wouldn't go into detail. But she's got friends in the big networks that are reporting to her that we're watching this every day. They're telling them to drive up the panic stories, make this seem worse than it is, because it's good ratings.
Yeah. It wouldn't be good ratings if you turn on the news and they said, everything's good, folks. We did it. You know what I mean? It's not good. So they get more interest, they get more ratings when something tragic happens. They got to be like, okay, we got to be the first people want to click to see about what happened.
That's true. I think it's human nature, though, because I mean, you look at us, look at people, you know, we're notorious for dwelling on the negative because it's the big story, you know, guess what happened to me, you know, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I think the age of internet also helps with that, because if, for an example, let's say there was a shooting down the road, right? The only people that would know about it right away are the people involved, people around who might have heard gunshots, and then the responding law enforcement, EMT, whatever. But nowadays, you go on your phone, if you swipe, I have an iPhone, so I just swipe right, and the news section part pops up. It'll come up like 30 seconds ago, there was a shooting in blah, 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 and it would give you all the information you need right there. And I think instant access to news like that is important. I think the news that they are driving to the instant access is not. I
think there needs to be more transparency. We need freer platforms to where we can openly communicate and share what's really going on.
Well, they had those, and then Apple and Google and all of them said, go make your own internet, losers.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally what they did. And then even in this Robinhood thing, where's the news about what Google did with taking down untold thousands of one-star reviews of Robinhood?
Over 125,000 reviews were taken down because it was considered a false review bomb. Like, they considered it like I hate to use the word hack, but that's what they referred to it as. But yeah, it's crazy.
You can trust our reviews. They're fair and balanced.
Yeah. Like, what's the point of having a review system if you're just going to get rid of the negative reviews?
Do you think people are going to see through like a lot of this shit and actually, you know, we'll have some tech savvy person that's going to come up with something that'll combat this in a free way?
We did almost 15 years ago. Do you remember Edward Snowden?
Mm-hmm.
The WikiLeaks guy, right? He was called a traitor, and if
you ever
yeah, and then he moved to Russia where he can't be brought back here. as far as I know, I don't know his personal life, obviously, but he did nothing wrong. He just released all the terrible stuff that the government was doing, and then they considered him a traitor and said that if he ever stepped foot in American soil, he'd be tried for treason. Which I don't know if you know what the sentence for treason is in America, but it's death.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I knew it was very severe because I was following that soldier that I guess I should say, came out on WikiLeaks, leaking that footage of the military basically playing a video game with these innocent people.
Let me know when you gather. We'll shoot. Light them all up.
202 traffic, 260s.
Come on, fire.
In the incident, 12 people were killed, 2 of the men as a Reuters news photographer and his driver.
Hey, let's shoot that one too, and
Yeah.
I was horrified when I saw it, and I understand it was legally it was wrong what she did. I cannot remember her name.
I don't know her name either, but I know what you're talking about. When they were in like a little control room and they had the drone. This is when they first had the drones overseas. Yeah.
Yeah, she was up here in Atchison, Kansas, about an hour north of us, for quite a while. I think she's been released since.
I mean, if she got tried, or if she got kicked out of the military for that, probably.
I'm sure, but I think that put a lot of light on Julian Assange and WikiLeaks and all of that to begin with, and then you had that big tech attack all over again on free speech platforms, just like you do with Parler.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So the we'll call them riots, I guess would be the word I'll use here, on January 6th at the Capitol. I'm trying to be careful about this because I don't know what'll get your video taken down and what won't. So I'm trying to be careful. I'm trying to walk around that.
Make backup files.
But yeah, so when that happened, now granted, like I said, I don't support Biden or Trump. I just want I want to pay less taxes and I want people to get along. That's all I want in life. So everyone was like, oh, this is the start of the Civil War. This is the start of what's going to knock everything down. When really it was just a bunch of people in MAGA attire just doing. And can I say this? I'm not saying they were or they weren't, but I'm just saying if someone wanted to stage something and dress up as a Trump supporter, you can't tell me President Trump isn't the easiest person to dress as like a supporter. Like you just need some American flag garb or apparel. You need your MAGA hat. You're good. Yeah, you're good.
Oh God, did you see that? I got a kick out of that. And I'm not making light of the tragedy that occurred, but God, that I was laughing my ass off over that Viking guy.
We were talking about Alex Jones. He's known on the internet. He's known as the QAnon shaman. Shaman?
Really?
Yeah. He apparently is in some hierarchy of QAnon there.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And I was gonna get into something funny I saw from QAnon, but I don't want your video to get taken down, so we'll keep that one in our hip pocket for later.
That'll work.
But as we saw, like, here's the thing. I think something does need to change, but I don't think Donald Trump losing the election was going to be the thing that got me off my couch to do something. You know what I mean? Whether you think the election was fair or not, I'll leave that opinion up to you guys. But then you have this Wall Street bets. You have these people coming in, taking down the billionaires, the people who are actually in charge. And this has been the most unifying thing. Like during the I bring up the riots because during the riots you see it's like split 50-50 or 40-40 with 20% just really not caring. But you see all these people like, oh, bad. But then you see this happening to the billionaires and these people on GameStop, they're like, yeah, this is awesome. Like they're unified. This is the most unified I've seen us in such a long time as a country. And I think it's beautiful. And if taking down the billionaires who we can all admit are the actual ones in charge, I don't care who's billet or what position they hold in the government. If you're a billionaire on Wall Street, you're in control. So seeing these people get hit like this, it was a day of celebration. I went out, bought a bottle of champagne. I did. I had a little charcuterie board. I had some champagne. I had a good night. and I think it was a good day. And everyone I see online, like Twitter, because I go on Twitter all the time. I do my rotations to find sources. I have a few sources here and there that tell me stories for my podcast. And everyone's just like, yeah, like they're all happy. They're excited. And it's awesome. They should be. The common man finally took, like, they finally have one in the win column. And that's amazing. And I think that's all we could ask for. And I think if something like this keeps happening, they're going to change the rules so bad to where people are going to finally get up and be upset with them. And then something bad's going to happen. Or we're just going to keep doing this until they lose all their money. And then something bad's eventually going to happen. But I think eventually I'm hoping down the line, they learn a lesson. The big guys learn a lesson and realize that we, the people, are the ones that should be in charge.
Do you think they'll really learn their lesson, though? There's hedge fund, Wall Street bullies.
Yeah.
They've been doing this a long time.
They have been, but they also just got took down by a bunch of people who live in their mom's basement and call chicken nuggets chicken tendies. I mean,
This is true.
so I mean, I don't know. I think it takes the right people. I think hitting them where it hurts with the money is way more important than attacking any one building or any one city. I feel like if we attack the money, then we attack their heart, which is, I think, the important essence here.
Yeah, because there's leverage now, because if they want to continue in their game and try to pull this shit, they're going to be taken down by their own devices. Is what's going to happen, because these Redditors are going to keep winning at these battles back and forth. I just wonder how long this will continue. Either the government's going to step in, or these guys are going to have to drastically change their game. And another thing, element too, to this whole thing is what's going to happen with these platforms like Facebook and Parler. Is Parler going to come back as a competitor to Facebook going to come back? Because I think if we had a viable competitor, then I think a lot of people would leave Facebook right now.
Yeah, I'm strictly only on Facebook because certain people that I need to get in touch with, like family-wise, are on there. I would have deleted Facebook years ago if it wasn't for that.